city breathes a twilight haze. My ink flows out in empathetic waves, but shadows stir a crimson vision scene, reflecting back a monstrous ancient queen. A psychic void, a hunger from the deep. The corrupted tendrils of a dream will creep. My human form begins to fade and fray. A screaming roar as old powers hold their sway.
Crimson Queen, a sovereign born of night.
Crimson Queen, a sovereign born of night.
Lunaria Yumechika lived in a city perpetually kissed by twilight, where neon glowed against ancient stone and the dreams of its citizens hummed like a low, vibrant current. She was a creature of curious contrasts. Her punk rock aesthetic masked a deep, empathetic soul, her sharp wit a shield for an even sharper sensitivity. Lunaria, with her cool lavender eyes and rebellious streak, was a dream weaver in her own right, able to subtly influence the flow of creative energy around her. She channeled this into her art, writing words page after page that showed her emotions openly. Her friends adored her, her writing relaxed her, and she felt a quiet contentment in her unique place in the world. Yet, a shadow lingered. Unbeknownst to her, Lunaria was a descendant of a forgotten line, a bloodline touched by the ancient, raw magic of the Dreamwell, a nexus where the collective unconscious of the world pulsed. This power was a double-edged sword, and its dormant energy began to stir within her. The vividness of her dreams intensified, bordering on prophetic nightmares. The skull tattoo on her shoulder, once a symbol of youthful defiance, began to subtly thrum with an inexplicable energy. She started seeing fleeting glimpses of a monstrous beauty, a red-hued figure with eyes that held the weight of millennia, staring back from reflective surfaces. One starless night, a void opened in her studio, not a physical tear in reality, but a psychic fissure. It was a hunger, a whisper from the deepest parts of the Dreamwell, calling to its lost heir. It promised power beyond her wildest imaginings, the ability to sculpt reality with a mere thought, to turn the mundane into the magnificent. But it demanded a price, the erosion of her human self, the shedding of her mortal coil. The black tendrils that lashed out from the void were not mere shadows. They were threads of corrupted dream stuff, seeking to bind her, to remake her. She fought, hands outstretched, trying to push back the encroaching darkness that sought to unravel her very being. The purple glow around her faded, replaced by the encroaching, inky tendrils that coiled around her limbs, suffocating her human form. Her scream was swallowed by the psychic void, transforming into a guttural roar as the ancient power claimed her. The transformation was agonizing, yet exhilarating. Her skin, once pale, flushed with the deep crimson of primordial fire. Her eyes, once pools of lavender, became molten red, piercing and all-knowing. Horns erupted from her temples, and vast, leathery wings tore through her back, spreading wide as if to embrace the very abyss. The small, whimsical skull on her shoulder morphed into a complex, almost arcane symbol etched into her being. Her gentle influence over dreams twisted into absolute dominion. Her creative spark ignited into a raging inferno of will. She was no longer Lunaria Yumechika, the human writer. She was Lunaria, queen of the crimson dream, a sovereign of the subconscious, a mistress of the collective nightmare. The fan she now carried was not just an accessory. It was a conduit capable of weaving illusions so potent they blurred the lines between fantasy and reality, and stirring the darkest desires of mortals. She retained a fragmented echo of her former self, the intelligence, the aesthetic appreciation, the subtle rebellious edge, but it was all subsumed by the overwhelming primal power of the Dreamwell. She now ruled from the shadowed edges of perception, her reign both terrifying and alluring, a living embodiment of the dream that turned into a beautiful, terrible nightmare.